New versions have Internet ID built in. And you can pull that up. And how is it going to be? Keyboards with a thumbprint. And for web transactions, a digital photo to authenticate. That'll fix all the problems. It'll also track everywhere you go and what you do. And Bill Gates is calling for all children of the world to be enrolled in this global biometric system. And don't think you're just going to wear a mask. When you go through the body scanner, they get your 360 body scan. So now they have passive cameras that shoot radio waves like sonar through your clothes and scan your body at even hundreds of yards away. They admit in Wired Magazine. The intel I've got is they've got satellites that do it now, not just off your heat resonance, not biometric from a face scan, a heat resonance from your shoulders and the top of your head, but also off of your walk. They have a biometric calculation between the shoulders, the elbows, the knees, the feet, and the movement of the head. And off of that triangulation calculation, they have 100% biometric scan off of your walk from satellite. That's confirmed. But you notice the Germans just got caught 3 weeks ago. Oh, I'm afraid they didn't launch all those new satellites to track global warming. It was a government, U.S. government, NATO deal. They are infrared biometric scanners to identify personnel on the ground. So I said I'd read through some of the headlines. That's quite a few of them, but here it is. Cyber attacks could cause global catastrophe. The Organization for Economic and Cooperation and Development said. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development said. Contingency plans to recover systems should be put in place, and cybersecurity policy should encompass the needs of all citizens and not just central government facilities. Well, that sounds like they want everybody to be safe. Well, when you read the Cybersecurity Act, which is a mirror image of this, just like the Food Safety Act says, in the Farm and Food Safety Act, it says Codex Alimentarius, UN implementation of treaty. Well, when you read what the OECD and the UN's calling for, it's exactly what is in the admitted Cybersecurity Act, where it says IT companies that serve 100 or more customers must get government certification and have government hardware placed in their chain to monitor for security threats. And what did this just say? Oh, the government has got to protect you, and you've got to upload all your personal data and protect it in a government cloud computing access system. See, everything now is going to be terminals that tie into this big server CDN system where you've just got your own little tablet and you won't even be able to buy a tower at the stores. You can try to special order one. You can try to keep servers in your business, in your office, but the web is now being engineered, this is all admitted, where your stuff won't even be able to access in the near future the new systems they're rolling out. And they say, if you don't want to go along with the changes, that's fine. You can live in some type of digital ghetto is the term they use. Remember that program that they produced in England for children showing them the future, where you only get meat on your birthday, everything you do is tracked, you have a travel allotment, everything is surveilled. This is what's being taught now. Total authoritarianism. All these government officials from Al Gore right down to Hansen, the head of the Goddard Space Center, saying, we want authoritarianism. We're going to have one child. This is it. We're doing it for your own good. And don't look for the Republicans to fire him. No. They're now getting their power back, and so they are going to enjoy the spoils. Now, there are some good people in there. The numbers of patriots are growing, but don't think overnight this is all going to be reversed. We've got to stay angry, stay focused. Again, that encompass the needs of all citizens, not just central government facilities, the report said. What should concern policymakers are combinations of events, two different cyber events occurring at the same time, or a cyber event taking place during some other form of disaster or attack. In that eventuality, the perfect storm conditions could exist. And so they go on to call for the Global Cybersecurity Command interfaced with NATO and the major governments. They'll keep us safe from the Stuxnet. launched by the U.S. and Israel publicly. We told you that in September. Now here it is admitted. Stuxnet, another conspiracy theory, turns out to be true. And Paul Watson goes through all the different blogs that attacked us and others and all the big newspapers that said it was preposterous that Israel and the U.S. had launched the Stuxnet. But we could see the motive, we could see the history, and we could also see the chutzpah and the bravado and the arrogance out of the U.S. and Israel when they would refuse to deny they were involved in September. Doesn't take a Goddard rocket scientist to know that Chinese-style tyranny is not a good idea. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know when you see all those signs and they love to antagonize Iran. It's part of the policy. I remember Bush 4 years ago had the White House put a press release out about how they were funding 4 freedom fighter groups to attack Iran. And 3 of the 4 groups were top al-Qaeda, including, at the time, the number 2 in al-Qaeda, commanding attacks inside Iran. And then our media had the nerve to say Iran was running al-Qaeda when al-Qaeda is the opposite of the Shiite-run state, and they hate each other even more than they hate the West. But again, that's from actually knowing who the players are. I know who the basic players are in Islam, just like you know who the players are in the Dallas Cowboys. But see, they know you don't know about that, some of you new listeners out there, so they just lie to you. Oh, Iran, they're running al-Qaeda. I mean, they come out and tacitly admit they launched the attack, and 3.5 months later, well, this was early September, so I guess September, October, November, December. Yeah, we're talking almost 4 months later. Oh, the New York Times comes out and admits the entire thing. Schwarzenegger, gearing up to try to repeal the 22nd Amendment so he can be president, says, I was addicted to being the governor, he told the Austrian newspaper, Krone. Gotta love how he always does everything for Austria first, always gives them the first interviews, everything. Good, go back to Austria. It's a beautiful country, nice people, a lot of culture. Get out of my country. I'm not over in Austria running around talking about how I want to be a dictator and working with Ken Lay, robbing people. Oh, yeah, he was heavily involved in all that. And he just talks about how I lost 200 million, 70 million on movie losses. I've looked at Schwarzenegger's wealth. It's gone way up. You don't think he wasn't in there because he was heavily involved in business deals, including Enron? What a joke. Well, it doesn't matter. Anybody's taking as much steroids as you, pal. You better hope they get that life extension technology perfected real fast, because you look like you're about to keel over and fall over. Now, how much makeup they put on you and how they prop you up with that arrogant authoritarian smile on your gun-grabbing, open-border-loving, New World Order face. But I'll say to you, Auslander Reich, get out of my country. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. I'm going to get into really key news straight ahead on somebody in Chile, a real patriot.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all,
that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Yeah, they don't want shackles on them in Chile.
Don't want no shackles.
They want to be free.
Don't want no shackles on
Again, I had some pride yesterday. Pride in the strength and the courage and the focus and the spirit that you can hear in this voice. And we've sent a communique via the fella's YouTube channel. We have it, the video linked up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When we linked to it, it had about 200 viewers yesterday. Now it's had close to 100,000. I would guess this video will end up getting several million views. It's Rockefeller-owned. Chileans tell him he will fail. And that's what they're saying in Spanish to him, but they're also speaking in English. And I was very proud of the fact that when I went to this YouTube channel of the man who confronted them, and he's there on the YouTube channel saying, yes, I'm the guy who uploaded the video. I'm the guy that confronted him, David Rockefeller, and also Mr. Eastman, one of the richest men in South America, and Australian elitist Edward McClure, who served as president of the League of Nations. It just goes on and on here. You can read the whole breakdown at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Rockefeller-owned. Chileans tell him he will fail. Together with his good old friend Edward Eastman, Mr. Rockefeller takes a quick vacation almost every year in the south of Chile. Both are well known for working with the CIA during the 73 coup against their president down there, and they killed hundreds of thousands. And, of course, Kissinger brags about that. He's wanted on war crimes in Spain for it. And manipulating public opinion through a newspaper called El Mercurio. Edwards is also known for being a descendant of Chilean elitist Edward McClure, who served as the president of the League of Nations from 22 to 23 and also ran the same newspaper. So here is a super high-powered, one of the most wealthy media magnates in South America, super high-powered mafia, Mr. Easton, helping set up with David Rockefeller's grandfather, the first mode of the UN, a big eugenicist, being confronted, and it's just so powerful. And then I go to the guy's channel. He's got our films up there that he's translated into Spanish. He's got all this great work he's doing, and to know that we're influencing great people in Chile, they're influencing us here. Together, we're all nationalistic, pro-family, pro-sovereignty. But it's also a global movement against global tyranny. It takes a global movement to fight their global tyranny, but it's independent. But it's a manifesto of liberty as we